Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world or whatever time you're watching this video. Now, guys, how far would you go for your job? Now, listen to this story. Imagine staring down the barrel of a gun, being beaten, thinking you're about to die, and then fighting back, surviving, stopping the criminals, only to lose your job after. Now, this is a story of two Starbucks workers in St. Louis who went from heroes to unemployed overnight. Now, this happened in December 2023 at a Starbucks near St. Louis University. It was a normal day until it wasn't. Two masked men walk in, hoodies up, faces hidden, one holding what appears to be a gun. Now, within seconds, everything spirals. Workers and the customer are ordered to the ground. Fear spreads instantly. Now, according to reports, one robber shoves a female employee to the floor. Then comes the escalation. Michael Harris, who was working the drive-thru, steps forward. He tries to open the register, but he doesn't have access. And that's when he's struck in the head with the weapon. Now, he stated that my vision went black. I thought I was about to get shot. This was no longer just a robbery. This was survival. Now, at that moment, something in him changed. Another employee, Devin Jones Ransom, makes a split-second decision. He lunges, tackles the armed suspect. They crashed into a window, and then the weapon breaks. Guys, it's fake. The illusion of deadly force now shattered. That's when both employees fight back. Punches, struggle, and chaos. Security footage later shows them physically overpowering the suspects. One robber is pinned and the other flees. Police arrived, and then just like that, the robbery is stopped. Now the suspects, identified as Joshua No and Marquise Porter Doyle, are arrested, charged, and ultimately convicted and sentenced to prison. Now, on paper, this is a success story because a crime was stopped, the suspects were caught, and the community was safer. But behind the scenes, a different story was unfolding. Weeks later, the media attention fades. Then comes the call. Michael Harris is told he's been terminated, and so is his coworker. Why? Because they violated company policy. Starbucks maintains a strict rule. Do not resist robbers. Comply and de-escalate. The company later states that safety depends on avoiding escalation. But for Harris, that explanation doesn't sit right. Harris files a lawsuit. The claim? Wrongful termination. His argument is that he acted in self-defense. He was in a life-threatening situation, and the company punished him for surviving. His attorney puts it bluntly: you have the right to self-preservation. But here's where things get more complicated. Missouri is an at-will employment state, and this means that employers can fire you for almost any reason, as long as it's not illegal. So then the real question becomes, can a company fire you for defending your own life? Now, this case isn't just about Starbucks. It exposes a bigger truth about modern workplaces. Most major retailers enforce a no resistance policy. Why? Because statistically, fighting back increases risk, Escalation can lead to shootings, and companies face liability if things go wrong. But critics argue, what happens when compliance isn't enough? In this case, an employee was already assaulted. A weapon, real or not, was used, and fear of death was real. Now, online reactions are deeply divided. Some say they were punished for bravery. Others argue no job is worth your life. Just comply. Even some Reddit users debated that he was already being attacked. It wasn't about just giving them what they want anymore. Now, if employees are punished for defending themselves, what message does that send to the workers, to criminals, and to corporations? Does it discourage self-defense or protect lives? Now, 2 workers walked into a shift that day. They faced violence, they fought back, they survived, they stopped a crime, and then they lost everything. Now, in a world where doing the right thing can cost you your job, what would you have done? And guys, I'm seeing so much of this now in Canada. In Canada, when you look at the news, there are so many thefts, especially at the liquor stores. You will see people just walk into LCBO with bags or even shopping carts, and they take the liquor and they just walk out. And the employees, they just look at them just walking out. Same thing with retail stores. People come in and steal stuff and walk out. You'll see a lot of it also in the malls, especially from the jewelry stores. There's a lot of smash and grab. Now, when I look at it, it could be twofold, right? If I'm an employee and someone comes in and demands to take stuff, and I just leave them and let them do that, then the powers that be, the owners, could say it was an inside job. Now, couldn't they? They could look at it and say, well, I didn't try to do anything. I just let them do whatever. What is going to prevent insurance company, cops, and everyone to thinking that is an inside job if you don't at least try and do something? But then on the other hand, are you willing to risk your life for, a company's, for the products, and you know that insurance will cover whatever is lost? I mean, it's a 50-50, but in this case, they were already being assaulted. So then now this becomes a case of self-defense, because before the weapon broke, they didn't know that the weapon was fake. So in their mind, they're basically trying to fight for their lives because it was self-defense. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. What would you have done? Would you have also filed a lawsuit for basically defending your life? Let me know in the comment section, guys. And as always, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more news like these. Thank you, and catch you on the next one.